Hey everyone, welcome to an episode of Next Pixel. I'm Seb as always,
And I'm Connor.
and
Still.
today we're going to be showing you something of a game that is going to be released very shortly, as you probably guessed from the title of the video. It's Guild Wars 2 concept art. We're going to be discussing it, showing you a bit, and just pointing out some of the stuff you're probably too blind to see yourself. Connor, have you got anything to say?
Not much really. Just I hope you enjoy it.
Yes, as deeply as
And
we enjoy Guild Wars.
Yes, very much. We enjoy it
It's
very much.
a little bit of backstory. Guild Wars 2 is still in beta. It's been in production for about 6 years, Connor, is that right?
Yeah, roundabout.
It's been in production for a very long time. It's an MMORPG, and what we can tell you so far is that in the last beta, the graphics weren't even finished, but they were still pretty stunning. Now we've got some of the concept art, which is probably going to be in the game very
In the
short.
distance of the game, if you look into the distance, it actually looks like the concept art.
Yeah, it looks like a really drawn picture. Okay, so let's get on with the first one. First one is called Ascalon Ghosts. It has some armor, some robots, I think, doing crystal meth. Is it crystal meth, Connor?
They're not robots doing crystal meth.
Okay,
No,
what are they?
no, they're ghosts. That's the whole point of Ascalon Ghosts.
Okay, and I think they've got some friends doing crystal meth with them. as
Yeah,
well.
they're doing crystal meth.
That's why they look like that. As you can see, the guys doing crystal meth.
If
there.
you look on the floor in front, that on the floor, that's what happens if you do crystal meth.
And that's what happens if you do too much.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, and the artists, we have to give them credit, they're pretty good. I mean,
Yeah,
the hardest
very
things to do in art is clouds, especially with a digital pen tablet. Pretty awkward to do clouds like that. Saying that, this was probably drawn on a piece of paper and then scanned, looking at its A4
Yeah.
size. Enough about that, let's move on to the next one.
Ascalon Wall Ruins. This is one of the places you can actually see. If you look on the right hand side, that huge wall type pillar thing, that's actually a jumping puzzle in game. I can't remember the name of it, but you can actually get really to the top and there's a chest, which is...
Is that what the
cool.
meth heads attacked, Connor? Is that what they attacked?
I think so, yeah, I think that's what the Char tried to... Oh no, I think the Ascalon's ghost tried to block the Chars off by making a wall. I don't know the story 100%.
Doing meth or
There's a book come out called Ascalon Ghost, and that tells you all about it.
Yeah, if you would like to know more than what we've known his entire life, feel free to buy it. Available from the Guild Wars 2 website, much as other merchandise. Wink. Okay, so the next one is called Asura City. The Asuras, as we know, are a small race of little elf pixie things, Connor? What are
Elf,
they?
pixie, dwarf, midgets,
Yeah,
high
here's a
challenged.
Yeah, here's
people.
a picture of them just to show you. They're kind of weird. But anyway, this is a picture of one of the cities. It's, purple. Yeah.
They're the I think this is a picture from Lattersum, which is a starting town, I think. But
Yeah, because
yeah, that's energy
the
deals.
Asuras haven't been available much, have they? Because they've only been available in like the last beta.
The third and final last beta weekend, and I cannot wait until the actual release. So I'm going to now shoot myself.
No, wait, what? But anyway, yep, this is a beautiful looking city. The Asuras have computers, strangely enough, but they couldn't invent cars or jet fighters or something, because that made the game boring. But, yeah, if you look at the background, they've got a nice skyline. I reckon that'll be featured a lot in the game, the nice skylines in the background, because, well, we
Yeah.
need it. And in the foreground, everything's got quite a little bit of detail, basic blocky shapes, but it's got lots of detail carved into it. Well, those animators have got a lot cut out for them. Okay, next one.
This is Nazuri again, and I think
Hesitation there.
it's a bit of a pimp one because it's
It literally has crystal meth.
exactly.
Flowing through its
It's
veins. Flowing
like a
through its
dealer.
veins.
So this is what supplies the ghosts with their crystal meth.
Yes. And this one's called a Syrah Male Guardian.
Which is kind of true.
Guardians are a profession, was mostly in most MMOs they're called
Yeah.
classes. Guild Wars profession, similar thing.
So this is kind of like the most pimp Azuri, dwarf midget, dwarf height challenge person ever.
Elf.
Elf.
Shit. Stunt.
But you should see a picture of them if you already haven't seen it.
Yeah,
They look quite funny. They're like, especially when you're a Norn, because you can like just eat them for breakfast.
Yeah, Norns are 9 foot tall, twice as tall as humans, something like that. And
yeah, 9 foot tall. I'm a Norn.
Asuras have bug eyes, as you've just seen, and they're very short. And they run quite spastically. I believe this is mine. Broken Ring. It's meant to be a ring, isn't it, Connor? It used to be, didn't it?
I think it used to be a city. I think it belonged to the Asuras, maybe. I'm not sure. I ended up seeing.
I think the Asuras were driven underground after many years of being beaten to death by people that were more than 3 foot tall.
Exactly.
So as you can see, in the foreground there's a little boat. We have found that airships and boats will be featured in the game, won't they, Connor?
Not 100% sure about airships. Never actually seen any myself, but I have heard about them.
There's one in the concept park, isn't there? I'm sure there is.
Maybe, I'm not sure. But boats definitely. There's not really a fast travel system in it because I've done that on purpose.
Well, there is, but you've got to go to the places before.
Yeah, you got to actually go to the place first before you can actually
like in the
teleport
Elder
there.
Scrolls, which we're sure you've played if you haven't played this.
Thank God of hell.
Yeah. Yep, so let's move on to the next one. Not really much to discuss. This probably will be featured in the game with lots of sharp, jagged edges and that dusty, broken feeling.
This one's called Kathy.
Kaith
or something.
Katie.
And
It's probably
I know
that's.
I think it's a Slavari, but it might be a human elementalist, but I think it's a Slavari. That's some sort of huge pet. She might be a ranger. Might be a pet.
Instead of doing crystal meth,
She's on hallucinogenics.
Steroids instead. Out. Yep. Instead, but they lose genitals. Don't do steroids. You lose your genitals.
Yes. You lose your manhood.
Yeah, as we can see, I think all of the creatures in Guild Wars 2 are supposed to be really well featured, so none of them you can really tell if they're the same or not. As with this one especially, it's got a lot of parts to it. It's not just one solid mesh, as you can see. If this makes any sense to anyone, which hopefully it does. Everything's clanging around the room now for some reason. Yeah, very, very detailed. Okay, let's go to the next one, which is called Cave 2. That's some real crazy. In fact, next.
Next. This one's a Char Cannoneer. I think this was on World v World. It's based around.
Ye old bazooka.
Pretty pimp if you ask me.
Yeah, it's a ye old bazooka.
You can find these on castle walls and just pick them up and start like blowing heads off Talibans.
Yeah, usually someone would have to use it like a mortar, but I think Chars are an exception because they're huge.
Yeah, they are pretty big.
If you are anything but an engineer for a Char, you're faster than everything else, aren't you, Connor?
Yeah, I think Chars are the fastest race in the game.
As long as you're not an engineer, because engineers are naturally slow.
Yeah, because of the heavy backpack.
Char engineer, this is just a logo. So, as you can see, it's just probably one of the earlier concepts for the Chars. As they were featured in Guild Wars 1. I think they tried to reinvent them a little bit in Guild Wars 2. Okay, so.
Char female warrior. Coming at you a bit scary, I suppose. Maybe.
We have seen that they can do leaps sort of that, don't they, Connor?
Yeah.
Tend to do sort of bound sort of strides. Again, we have to credit the artist. Look at this background.
I know,
pretty well done.
It's the whole Guild Wars 2 theme that though, with the ink smudge thing behind it, like the water ink smudge.
Like sort of fiery smoke kind of thing.
Yeah.
Smoke illuminated by fire. Crystal meth again.
Yeah.